Alright, what's up, yins, guys? I made this, right now in the process of redoing a video that was going to sound too much of the last video I did. It's going to would be too much like it. There was too much of that in it, even though it dovetails into it, but dovetails into the workplace wokeness, if you will, or workplace radical leftism and then radical right, and how I say left wing and right wing have both a left wing and a right wing within themselves as far as attitude. Well, I'm going to start with the radical left first, and we're not going to beat around the bush and talk about, say, okay, anybody watching, whether you're black or white, which, by the way, you've got people on the left or the right or of other races that are hated for this too, but say you got on however you did it, got out of your parents' house and get your first place, you're going to have two different attitudes. Some people that have respect for you, are okay with it, and the other ones that totally hate you. And but I'm going to start with radical left first, because as opposed to the left that do care about the poor that you work next to and been on and off of government handouts or benefits or collective partial understand or have respect for people like me or you, but the radical left, the reason why they hate you, and the reason why they hate you if you're the kind of person that gets your first apartment and a job for the purpose of having nice things, and the reason why they hate you for this is because their way of getting out of their parents' house and getting their first place, first of all, everything about it is an oppression. The people on the far left, some of them are in the college too. They've been known to, if they go right to the workplace and live in their parents forever, milk college for all it's worth and grant student loans and all that crap, and then get in the workplace. They do because they get out of their parents' house and get in the workplace or work environment because they're forced to get their first apartment, because they're forced to, because their parents and whatever relatives they live with won't take their shit anymore, won't put up with their shit anymore. And they feel that those people are oppressors if they can't just if their parents and everybody won't let them do as many drugs as they feel like it. And these people have a tendency to be jealous of you because their purpose for getting their own place is not like you, whether you started out single or before a partner and having nice things. They get their first place because they're forced to, just like I was just saying, and you're committing a big sin, a major moral and intellectual wrong in their eyes, because their purpose for getting their own place is, okay, getting our roommates, getting a bunch of their kind as roommates to pay for an apartment, and because they also believe that paying rent is oppressive, it's something they're forced to do, so they have to have roommates to pay a particular rent and bills or whatever, and pay as little as possible and as late as possible, because they want to have as much money together and much time together to party, smoke whatever dope they want to smoke, or whatever the hell, and this is not bashing your occasional marijuana smoker, like maybe the all-right dude that was the welder in a place that you work with and gave you ride to work occasionally and all that if he saw you walking or some crap. Not about them, but these kind of people on the far left, that's their whole purpose. They hate your guts, they're jealous. I mean, having nice things is a big sin. No, you're not supposed to have nice things. If you acquire nice things or nice things are gifted to you by family members or friends, you're supposed to all get together and sell them or hawk them or pawn them to get enough together to buy booze, cigarettes, drugs. And these people, and the college people, the liberal colleges that coddle them too, and occasional liberal churches and liberal politicians, that will coddle these people, and the ones that will give free needles to these people and want to give free crack pipes and give free everything else. unlike the better of the left, which they use whatever to uplift themselves or whatever, that the far left are jealous of them. Well, you know, I'm throwing into parentheses the radical left wouldn't want to see people that look like me with the hair or whatever even have any job on a minimum wage, you know, either. And I'm not going to spend too much on the radical right, unlike the right wing that actually have respect for people like you and me because you do your job in a workplace and then outside. Or, okay, the decent person that's on the right that would be your landlord, which you're supposed to follow basic rules. No loud drugs, partying, being loud, and disturbing your neighbors. Reasonable rules to follow by, you know what I mean? But the radical left don't see it this way. They think any of your neighbors would call the cops, you know, for the smell of drugs, loud booze parties. Oh, the cops and their neighbors, your landlords are all oppressive. And then maybe even when it goes into the workplace, they're oppressive. They're all oppressors, oppressive, and all persecuting them because they want their right to party, right to do whatever dope they want and be loud. And also, people like you and me are oppressive too because, unlike them getting together as roommates for the reasons that I've repetitively said, that are jealous of, they don't like police state. You know, they hate the police because the police are oppressors and the neighbors. But they hate the police because their lifestyle, in their lifestyle, I should say, if you will, they worship another enforcing class, contrary to the police, that will do the same brutality they accuse the police of, right? If they're and these people on the far left, if they're mad at or jealous of or they give dirty ass looks to people like, say, you and me, they're enforcing class and police that, unlike maybe somebody on the far right calls the police on somebody just because they have long hair. If I may make references to the real old fogies that call the police because everybody has a long hair or whatever, I think those people are dinosaurs. They're a dying breed. You don't see that shit anymore. I'd sarcastically make references to that. You don't see that so much anymore. But the far left, their version of the police, since they hate the police, their police are those ones not talking about anybody because of their race here. They can be black or white. They could be the black guys in a car with rap music that sell them their drugs that are on the steroids and tattoos or you know, bulked up or whatever, or in a group. Or they can be a bunch of white guys, tattoos, have Eminem blasted in their car, which they would get, instead of calling the police, they would get after you if you offend them in any kind of way to beat you up. But that's only wrong if the police do it, you know what I mean? And for example, like, they'll also have a tendency, since they have the mentality of getting together roommates to get to pay as little as possible so they can live as cheap as possible, buy more drugs. It also involves in buying less food and health reasons, because more drugs and more booze, little food as possible. A lot of them go around with skinny, stupid t-shirt and shorts or whatever they dress now, and skinny little arms or whatever the hell. Some of them even have tattoos. But like I said, what I will say too is, along with that, talking in parentheses here, they have the, if you are a little bit of muscle development because you work or do whatever the hell, and if you can pick up 5 or 10 pounds, carry your groceries in public, you might be considered a Nazi, a patriot, this or that, even though you're not even involved in any particular group like that. You're just you know what I mean? But since they spend as little as possible on food and spend all their money on drugs to get together and partner up and split the rent for their way of life, they have a rule, if you will, that only their enforcing class that sell them the drugs, maybe, like I said, a group of black people in a car or white people in a car, that's their equivalent of police. And Oh, they're also allowed to maybe be on steroids and be bulked up, you know, because they're the enforcing class, as opposed to the side that worship police states because they despise the police. The police are oppressive. Like I said, to these people, the police are oppressive. Neighbors that want peace and quiet are oppressive. And people like you and me are oppressive, you know, if you if you get your first apartment or have an apartment even when you're older for the purpose of having nice things, then that's oppressive and offensive to them, and actually they actually indicate a right that if they can get in your house and steal your shit because just because you have something and they don't. It don't matter how you acquired it or acquired by working for it and doing what you had to do for it. It only matters you have it and they don't. You have all these nice things. You're sitting pretty. You bigot. You selfish motherfucking son of a bitch. How they call all the other swear words they call you. God damn you for having shit and having nice stuff while we don't. Well, we have to get with our roommates here and put together money and barely put together know what to see what the next getting high money is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say this without too much pausing and rambling. Yeah, you got the one side that their side of the tracks. If you, like I said, if they are gifted by their family members or anybody any nice things, it's their sworn duty in their clique or among their roommates or friends to get together and sell it or pawn it so they can get together enough money to buy booze, cigarettes, and dope. And then like the radical right, and as opposed to the better part of the right wing, the radical right is the only thing I don't spend too much time on it in this scenario because, hey, my hair is a little longer, whatever. They be like, no matter you can try to prove to them till you're blue in the face, you know what I mean? Talk to your blue in the face and prove whatever. Try to prove yourself to them till you're blue in the face. But if they decide they don't like you, you're automatically accused of being on the far left. That crowd that I was rambling in this video about, you know what I'm saying? So in this, you know, I'll say, you know, a little bit about the radical right wing, you know, how it goes into the workplaces. You know, like I said, I almost rambled in this video and turned this video into a leftist and rightist video in workplaces by mistake because it dovetails into the workplace. But like you can get people on the far left, but the people on the far right, I think some of them on the far right in some of these subjects as far as long hair and different things, you had some of the far right that I regarded was dinosaurs, the old fogies that just say you didn't deserve to even have think that you don't deserve a good paying job or above minimum wage or don't deserve to have a nice place or nice things because you have long hair. And to some of the people I just say about the really far right, some of them were dinosaurs. You don't get that as much anymore, per se, you know what I mean? But you will get, you know, the far right does not like maybe YouTubers like me with the hair, or they wouldn't like the YouTubers, the Rageaholic, Razor Fister. They don't really like Sticks Hex and Hammer 666 or any other YouTubers with. That I might add that some of the YouTubers with the long hair, you know what I mean, that I might add have better hair than me. Maybe they're not as bald, younger than me, and maybe my hair is grayer than them, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Nothing against YouTubers with the hair length that are kind of on the right, because I'm kind of lean more to the halfway decent right myself, but I'm just pointing out that there's a radical right side that they don't care how moral or consistent or better about, your finances, about wanting to have nice things, and as opposed to drugs. Some of them don't care. You have long hair, they don't like you, no matter how far to the right you appear to lean. So you get a far right that's like that, but nothing wrong with being on the side of the right wing that's decent. But then there's a left wing that's decent too. Like I was saying, that they're not such shitheads. That they could be the black or white guy that I worked next to for years in job assignments. On and like I said, on and off of handouts or whatever the hell, government handouts, and collected partial handouts, and then some of which work more in the summer and make pretty good money in the summer, like some of us, and then collect whatever you can collect in the wintertime. Even people with their own construction companies, there were some of them that work is slower in the winter, depending on what you're doing. And you can whether it's the unemployment, and it's a different story. You can go on about attitude about abusing the unemployment system, but anyway, this video was more geared at the radical, saying that the radical left does not like you. They despise anybody who wants to have their first apartment for the purpose of having nice things. I can't make it any more clear than that. I didn't want to, and I had to do this video all over again because it sounded too damn much like the ramblings of the other video, and it would be almost like a ghosted copy of the fucking video I did the last time, and I didn't want that,